My name is Marian Gravlin. My testimony is about the gift of God's peace. My husband John and I grew up in a specific Christian denomination. We went through the same denomination schooling all the way through college and raised our kids in that tradition as well. But something was missing, and nearly 20 years ago, we began thinking about finding a new church. Then my daughter went to Sunrise with a friend and encouraged us to visit. Little did we know, the pastor was Jim Blue, our son's second grade basketball coach from years ago. God had already planted a seed. In new member class, Pastor Jim asked, "What is your relationship with God?" I was perplexed. I believed in God, but I'd never really considered a relationship with God. Another seed was planted. Over the years, I began to see God actively working in my life. I remember getting a letter from Sunrise one day just saying they were praying for us, no specific reason, just because. It meant everything to us that day, especially because we had just made a heart-wrenching decision for our daughter's health. Not long after, I told God, "I'm ready. Show me what you want me to do." 2 months later, I was asked to serve as a trustee. When that term ended, I asked God to lead John and me to a ministry we could do together, and He did. And through a church-wide Bible study, God placed 4 wonderful women in my life. That relationship Pastor Jim spoke of grew exponentially, and I often thought God was preparing me for something big. And He was. On our 38th wedding anniversary, John was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. It was brutal, but God walked with me daily. He surrounded us with love. Our children, family, friends, my Bible study group, even a deacon friend John had just reconnected with. It wasn't a coincidence. John died 6 months later, but we had time to say what needed to be said, to heal, and to love deeply. And on the day he died, a daffodil bloomed in our yard. For me, it was a sign of peace and new beginnings. Then on the 1-year anniversary, I felt peace, not sorrow, the profound kind of peace only God can provide.